Aloha, I'm Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. We present this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8, and is zoomed worldwide. I'm Lama Tashi. When we present this class in Tibetan Buddhism, it's for more and more understanding of the Dharma. Those are all the teachings of the Buddha that started 2,600 years ago in India, passed down through India to Tibet to the rest of the planet, to us. So now today, in an unbroken tradition from that time to ours, we give these methods of the Tibetan Buddhist tantric practices in union with all the lamas on the planet, all the men and women who teach the Sutra and Tantra tradition, and all of their lineages. And these lineages have not changed with time. The message is the same, that loving kindness is the theme. And also, a question was asked, what do most Buddhists tend to believe? Well, belief is something that we obtain through, in our tradition, through practice. Then we come to believe the truth of our own body, speech, and mind as being that of a Buddha. But I wrote down 4 things. These are very similar to what we call the 4 thoughts that turn the mind to Dharma in the Tantric tradition of Tibetan Buddhism, which are the 4 immeasurables of the foundation practices of Tantra. The first of these beliefs that most Buddhists have is that all phenomena is illusory. And being illusory is impermanent, which simply means that everything appears, presents itself, and in time disappears. There is no such thing as inherent existence. There is no such thing as creation. By that I mean everything is interconnected to everything else, and that's how the universe operates and the beings in it operate. There is no supreme or supernatural foundation. Number 2, all emotions are painful, and that includes attachment. So when we have emotional arisings in our mind, that's the start of pain and suffering. Then we teach that all judgments are the cause of infinite pain and suffering. So the emotions carry these judgmental factors which we've established in our mind from many, many previous lives. And those and the tendencies follow us like a shadow from one life to the next. That's called karma. And at 4, enlightenment, this term used to represent the natural mind or the mind of a Buddha or Bodhisattva, is this enlightenment is beyond all concept. And at the same time, it's beyond all experiences. So this means that it's outside the conceptual aspect of mind itself. But it is the basis of all loving kindness, insight, compassion, and power. To sum this up, we are in a state of timelessness, which means we have infinite past lives and infinite future lives. And we have this life. Those don't have a beginning, a middle, or an end. And when you meditate, you find this out. Then slowly you learn to relax in this timeless state, which actually exists in the present moment. So yes, it's outside the conceptual mind's thought process and experiences, but at the same time, it's inherent in the mind of every sentient being. And when we sum all this up, we're talking about truth. And truth is Buddhism. Because we learn with the guidance of the teachers that the relative truth is true. And we also learn that the ultimate truth is true. Then we can make statements like, nothing is true and nothing is false. Because then we learn the transition away from how to easily move away from the negative tendencies that we've inherited into a space where these don't exist. And in that way, we can relax and be who we really are, all pervasive, all present. That means everywhere present. And omniscient. That means we know everything about the relative and the ultimate natures of our mind and how to use those two in every situation, whether we're in our body or not. So these four actually were on the web today, and I thought it was important. How do we connect to all Buddhists on the planet? And all the guides of all the Buddhists on the planet teach this. In the Tantric and Sutra tradition of Tibetan Buddhists, with the guidance of the Lama, we have to know that we're outside the box. And by that I mean, we're called a religion, but we're not a religion. And that's where this everything is not true and everything is not false statement. And we start to use that with everything that arises. Everything is and is not at the same time. It is as it appeared, but it is not as it appeared. And you remove the judgment call and the other obstructs of your mind so you can fully use that information. In Tibetan Buddhism, we have what is called the all-pervasive nature of the mind is set in a thought that every sentient being in the universe is the purpose of our practice, and that all these sentient beings, animals, humans, and spirits, were once our mothers. Then we have what we call the application that this moving towards enlightenment, we're all moving towards it together. Not one at a time, not many at a time, but all sentient beings. Because that's our true nature, and that purpose is based on loving kindness. And that is called the altruistic motivation of being a bodhisattva in the Tibetan tradition. That's what we believe. And I'll read that in Tibetan and then we'll say it in Sanskrit. In order First I'll say, chant it in Tibetan. Da dong do wa nam pe da dong yam pe san chen tam che du di ne jun te jin si cheng shu ning po la chi ki bar du. And what we are saying is, in order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we think that we now all together take refuge and offer prostrations. Then we actually do that. So the refuge prayer goes like this in Sanskrit. Palden lama dampa nam la chapsu chio yedam chokorgi latso nam la chapsu chio sanjay chom dende nam la chapsu chio how big and do nam la chapsu chio Bao Kandro Chokyo Sume Sho Ye Sheki Shandong Delpa Nam La Chapsu Chio. In English, we are saying that we all go for refuge to all the glorious Holy Lama. We all go for refuge to all the yidams, the deities gathered in our mandala practice. We all go for refuge to all the Buddhas that have conquered mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these possess the eye of transcending awareness called enlightenment. Then in Sanskrit, oh, we did the Sanskrit. Then the Sanskrit for the Tibetan is Bodhisattva prayer. Sanjay Chodam Chopi Chodam La Chang Chu Bardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jinso Chi Pe Chodam Ki Chola Bencher Sanjay Drupan. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, called the 6 perfection, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Those 3 pairs, the altruistic motivation, is unique in Tibetan Buddhist Sutra and Tantra tradition. It's actually a unique motivation that we incorporate into all of our practice. Everything we do, everything we think, everything we say and act on. Then, with the support of the 3 jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, and the 3 roots of Tantra, the lamas with their deities, we call yidams, peaceful and protector deities. All of that is incorporated into each and every practice that we do. And when we have those 6 refuges in place, then the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines arise from those 6 refuges. And generosity being the first of these 6 is practiced not only on the worldly way of giving and helping people to alleviate their pain and suffering, but also to teach humans how to attain Buddhahood. The second is simply morality, but it's combined with good manners. And this practice is also extended with ethics, both on the worldly level of how we live our lives and deal with our relationships. And most importantly, how we extend that with the three aspects of body, speech, and mind. First of all, the layperson doing these practices, then the monks and nuns doing these practices, and then the yogis and yoginis doing these practices. So those are the three ways we extend this state of morality. Basically, it simply means that we don't harm anybody with our voice or speech. We don't harm anybody with our actions, and we don't have harmful thoughts towards any sentient being. No harm to ourselves, no harm to others, and no harm to the environment. Then the patience is with our own mind, especially with states of anger that rise unexpectedly in most cases. And this being the most damaging of all human emotional afflictions, patience is absolutely necessary. And on the ultimate level, we use patience to actually take time in our lives to do practice of loving kindness and compassion and all the methods taught to us by our Lama. Diligence, perseverance means this is done every day, 24/7. And if possible, at night, in your sleep and in your dreams. The fifth Bodhisattva discipline is meditation itself. And in our tradition, we tame the mental conflicting mind with using the imagination in union with the ability to single-pointedly focus on one method or one thing at a time. That becomes the basis of all the practice, and then we extend that into the states of contemplating the natural mind's voidness. And those two are practiced together in meditation. And finally, we come to insight, which is the result of these first five, causing us to move moment by moment, day by day, week by week, slowly and gently, away from all this conflict, pain, and suffering and judgment into a state of pure awareness, where all of this actually does not exist. And in that space, we attain enlightenment and realization of higher and higher states of intelligence. So the Bodhisattva training program is about awareness, how to use it in the relative and ultimate state, and at the same time becoming more and more intelligent while in the human condition. We'll start our practice tonight with the three lights meditation, and then we'll combine that with the five elements healing practice, and those two together are the basic training method and healing method of joining the mind with the universe just as it is, and the basic aspect of our physical being and those and the phenomenal world around us being in union, starting with the breath. So we start with the three lights prana yoga practice called the three lights breathing method. Sit with your back straight, head slightly tilted. Hands on your knees or in your lap. Mouth closed, tongue resting against the palate. Eyes open, soft gaze to the space 2 feet in front. With these 5 methods, you are correcting your physical situation and allowing it to come into a state of openness, connectedness, and awareness. Then you focus on your breath. This brings you to the present directly and greatly empowers your physical being. Inhale, diaphragm expand. Exhale, diaphragm contract. Breathe. Then incorporate the 3 lights practice with the 3 aspects of your breathing. The inhale, the middle breath, and the exhale. When inhaling, you use your imagination to imagine the 5 elements as the air entering into your lungs as white light. The middle breath is called the absorption breath. It also is spontaneous in passing all the energy of the elements through every cell in your body. These 2 together are combined as for the exhale, which is visualized as blue light going out as a powerful healing breath to all beings pervading space, like the sky. Inhale, white light fills the lungs. Absorption breath, red light through the body. Both together combined out the nose as blue light to space, like the sky. Then after about 20 or more of these 3 lights breaths, we increase our meditation ability and our healing energy by incorporating the 5 elements healing meditation practice. To do that, tonight we're going to incorporate the element air itself, which is symbolized by a half sphere of green light. like a bowl with the lid. This becomes the symbol of all the elements because all the elements cannot be disconnected. They are inherently connected in each element. Taking your focus off the three lights, breathing, combine the three lights by imagining it all becoming a tiny particle of energy or light in the center of your heart chakra. And you're creating what's called a bindu or tigli there, a chakra energy center of healing. This is accomplished because all light is interconnected throughout boundless space. And this aspect of all pervasiveness is actually the energy program of your physical body and all states of awareness. So you simply rest in a non-conceptual state of space. Completely open and aware. This is called contemplating basic space. Then we move from this energy point in our heart from this state of basic space by thinking that that tiny particle of light or energy expands into a very small sphere of white light right in the center of our chest. And it is centered in the Uma, the central channel of energy that runs from the head to the bottom of the torso. Then focusing on that tiny sphere of clear light, imagine it to enlarge in size until it creates a thumb-sized visualization of the element air, which is green in color and shaped like a bowl with a lid about the size of your thumbnail. So you see that symbol there and simply label it gas or air. It is good to know that each of these elemental energy each have infinite proportions, applications, and combinations. When you can see that small sphere, half sphere of green light with the lid labeled air, bring it out in front of your body and visualize it in front of your eyes, 2 feet in front. You're actualizing in front of your eyes with this symbol what actually exists there. In this way, that actuality and your imagination come together to produce the healing effect. Then you imagine it to grow in size so that you can see your physical form just as you are, sitting inside, like a large tent or room in the shape of this half sphere of green light labeled air. Then focusing on this symbol with your imagination, think that it goes inside to completely enclose the town or city where you're meditating. We visualize this island of Kauai and surrounding ocean, all inside. And this is actually producing the first of the Bodhisattva perfections of generosity, of sharing our healing ability and energy to all the beings within that area that you are visualizing. Then imagine this half sphere to grow in size to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere of air. The next step is to expand it with your imagination and focus to completely enclose the galaxy. The solar system with all the suns and planets inside. Then increase the power of your meditation by expanding it to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then move beyond the conceptual processes of your mind by imagining it again to merge with the infinite light of boundless space. No meditation. Simply relax in this infinite state of awareness applied to space. Be present and alert. Contemplate space. She is the mother of all the elements. And return from this state of open awareness and again visualize the half sphere of green light enclosing the galaxy. Reduce this symbol in size to just enclose the solar system. Shrink it in size to just enclose Mother Earth. Shrinking in size to just enclose the city, town, area, or island where you are doing this practice. Then bring all the energy of your awareness and all the healing power of the elements by shrinking it to a size that you see your physical form sitting inside. And the green bowl with the lid labeled air, made of light, is beyond your reach. The physical body becomes like a sponge, soaking up the healing energy of the universe itself. Psychically and actually applied. To end the practice, bring the symbol to its original size, 2 feet in front of your eye. Then bring it to chest level and into your heart chakra. Shrinking its size all at once to a tiny particle of light that connects to the infinite light of the fabric of boundless space, and relax. No meditation. Again, be present and simply contemplate the mother of space. Then bring your awareness to in front of your eyes and expand it into your place of practice. Dedicate the merit of this practice to all sentient beings, your mother. This practice can be taught by anyone to any age group, children, teenagers, adults. And we do that here in Hawaii. When we expanded this teaching to the Hawaiian tradition, when we brought all the children and their teachers to our Dharma Center here, we found out that they were already doing this, because that's the tradition of all of the surviving cultures of the planet. before the industrial age, the 5 elements, was the cause of healing for every tribe on the planet. Then we move into the category of we call the Dharmakaya and the Sambhogakaya levels of intelligence, which are the Sutra and Tantric tradition that evolved from Shakyamuni Buddha with all the traditions down to the present day. We use the remade approach that all the traditions are valid. Each one enforces the power, the compassion, the loving kindness, and the development of insight of all the other traditions and all the methods used. All of the elements, earth, water, fire, air, space, are universal. And in this state of interconnectedness, the whole universe is produced, including your own body by your present mother. There is no separation in this phenomenal situation of the appearance of everything in our universe and even our thoughts. And this interconnectedness is actually the first of the 5 Buddha fields of what we call the Tantric tradition, or 5 states of awareness that cause the mind to become clear, open, and intelligence based on loving kindness and the altruistic concern for all others. It's called the state of no separation. And this, all Buddhists believe, that everything and everyone is interconnected to each and every one of us. So there's no boundary, no separation between everything that exists in our mind. And this is the Buddha field that we purify with this practice, so that we understand everything is who we are. And in that way, we start to move to the second of the activity of the Bodhisattva, is therefore that we are responsible for everyone and everything. And that's the activity of the breath itself. Because, for instance, here, without it, we wouldn't be alive, and each and every one of us is sharing the same air. And it's constantly moving. The third one is the clarity that arises with the activity or understanding or usefulness of these first 2 in our own situation to reduce the mental conflicts of attachment, aversion, pride, jealousy, and all states of stupidity, bewilderment, delusion. And with that, the knowledge of how to use these first 3 with our body, speech, and mind is what we call purifying that Buddha field, that energy field in ourselves. The result is, the 4th one is we quickly learn that everything is equal. we say one taste. By that, you simply know that there's no supreme and supernatural. There's no lower or inferior. And you take out the judgment call completely of good and bad and deliberately being ignorant or deluded. And that becomes the final or fifth Buddha field of what we call insight. And when we say insight, that means internalizing all of this and the elemental energies inside in a way that energizes our whole physical, mental situation, our energy program, everything, so that we can use the results of this for the benefit of all living beings. And these 5 states of wisdom awareness, all the deities, all the lamas, all the protector deities, all the yidams, all the Buddhas already have fully integrated. And it comes down to the simplicity of the two truths, which I mentioned before. The relative truth of our present situation can move with practice into the ultimate truth of our pure states of awareness or intelligence. So now we start the practice of Tara. Now the 5 energies, the 5 elements, are the 5 energies of the Tara. And she depicts these 5 energies 2 ways. Actually 3 ways. One, by being visualized in a natural setting, as on a planet, with all the natural backgrounds of forests, trees, mountains, oceans, waterfalls, animals, all of that. Clouds, sky, sun, moon. But in her aspect, we use the green Tara, the action Tara, to incorporate with the air, prana. And this prana is actually the awareness factors of the energy of the element itself. And she is depicted by her having 5 colors of silks. It is also depicted by 5 colors of rainbow light. And it is also depicted by having a 5-jewel crown on her head. And all the deities have that.
In Tibetan?
In Tibetan Buddhism. All of the peaceful and protector deities that we use in redeveloping the mind into higher and higher states of awareness and intelligence are shown with those 5 on the head. Then the 6 kinds of jewelry that the deities wear is the 6 Bodhisattva discipline symbol. The right leg extended onto a lotus means the deity is ready to move into action in the worldly situation for the human to quickly mature and attain full enlightenment or realization of what they already are, a Buddha. Left leg is drawn in meditation posture. And the right leg, as I said, extended onto an 8-petal lotus. She sits on a 32-petal lotus on a sun and moon seat and is surrounded by 5-colored light radiating in the same way the solar sun and moons radiate throughout our solar system. The right hand is resting palm outward, 5 fingers extended, as a symbol of infinite giving, the first of the 6 bodhisattvas, generosity. The left hand is symbolized holding between the thumb and ring finger the stem of a beautiful lotus that blooms by your left ear, symbolizing loving kindness and concern or compassion for everyone and the environment. Sometimes she is also shown with the lotus on the other side to symbolize the power of the activity of the mother, which blooms like a lotus flower coming up out of the mud, up through the water into the air and receiving the light of the sun to become a beautiful, blazing, multicolored lotus flower. When you assume the visualization of Tara with the guidance of a Lama, you receive the transmission of the Lama's body, speech, and mind. The purpose of this is to transform the idea of your physical body and the world around you as being solid, fixed, and permanent into a state of its true nature, which is it's simply light and light form. And this constant flowing and changing of light applies to everything, all the time. But the Tara is for your own body to understand its true light nature. So you start with the Lama visualized in front of you, your choice, man or woman, teacher, guru. The transmission of the body, speech, and mind of the deity is the body, speech, and mind of the Lama inseparable. So you see white light from the Lama's head come into your head is the transmission to be energy, the rainbow body of the deity, in this case Tara. The red light emanating from the Lama's throat into your throat is the transmission of the power of the mantra and seed syllable of the deity into your speech and into your heart chakra. Then the blue light from the Lama's heart center to your heart center is transmission of the creation sound of where all of this originates in your mind, and then it's transformed to the phenomenal world around you with the practice. When you can see the 3 lights shining simultaneously into your 3 places, with the sounds of Om in the head, Ah in your throat, and Hung in your heart, the Lama merges into you. At that point, you've received the full transmission of the body, speech, and mind of all the Lamas, of all the lineages of Tibetan Buddhism, as Tara. So you now visualize yourself as this symbol, the green Tara, 2-armed. Young, beautiful, healthy, laughing, 3 eyes, 1 in the forehead, 2 arms, 2 legs, sitting on lotus, sun, and moon seat in the sky of your mind. Then you start your practice By projecting this rainbow body of the deity to your mother who created you sitting in front, so you have a mirror-like image of the Tara that you are directly in front of you, inseparable from all wisdom mind's activity. Then you project it to all, your father and all your relatives. Then you project it to all the humans on the planet. In present time, about 8 billion. Then you project it to all the animals in the ocean and on the land, uncountable. And you fill your mind with this visualization and the mantra sound by incorporating all the spirits that fill the entire universe as Tara. All 4 categories of spirit. The heavenly realms, the demigod realms, and goddesses, the deprived spirit worlds, and the demonic hell realm, all as Tara. This causes the 10-syllable mantra to vibrate in your heart, each sound a different color, as these symbols are visualized around the seed-syllable tom in your heart center. You see these syllables facing inward, and when you sound the mantra, the Tara mantra, the energy from the seed-syllable tom, which is evolved from the Om Ah Hum, all coming into your heart center, from the 3 places in your head, throat, and heart, become the tom. This seed-syllable looks like the letter 5 with the dot on it, dot above it. And sometimes a little moon shape under that. This is the creation sound of all of the peaceful Taras. Green in color, give it thickness, surround it with 5-colored light, and try to keep it about the size of your thumbnail, like you did with the 5 elements, in the center of your heart chakra. Then see the mantra moving counterclockwise when you sound it, and all that energy blazing through your rainbow body as Tara, and out to all sentient beings interconnected to you in this mandala as Tara. Individually and collectively, use this meditation for all beings, your family, your retinue. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Soha. Om is the gathering of all the light healing energy into your heart center, into the tom. Om Tare, Tu Tare is swiftly removing all obstacles. That's the function of Tara. Removing all toxins, poisons, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. With Ture means swiftly, now, in present time. And then Soha is to take the results of that in every way possible to all sentient beings, always expanding this healing energy program. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 So the 10 syllable mantra and the seed syllable tom are the basis of the creation of this to be universally applied to all sentient beings. And in the spiritual world, it is applied in two ways. The mental way with this mandala, which include 10 outer rings with the tom and seed syllable in the middle. And this one, which includes 6 outer rings. So this one includes all the aspects of phenomenal existence involving animals, humans, and spirits. And this one is specifically for the 6 realms, but emphasizes the human condition. Now we do a round of the Tara, and you visualize yourself, all mother beings, and the light energy coming from the tom and the mantra in your heart through your body and outward is healing energy. And any part of you, this that you can see in your mind's imagination is the practice. Seeing it all is the accomplishment of the practice. So then it is recommended that you do this mantra and visualization 100,000 times, or 108,000 times, or like my teacher Lama Rinchen said, 111,000 times. But however many thousand times you do, you accomplish, you come to the realization that this is the natural state of wisdom awareness, your true nature. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tara Tu Tara Turi Swaha. 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 Then whisper it. Om Tara Tu Tara Turi Swaha. Tu Tara Turi Tara Tu Tara Swaha. Tu Tara Turi Swaha. Turi Swaha. Om Tara Tu Tara 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 Swaha. Om Tara Tu Tara Turi 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 Swaha. Om Tara Tu Om Tara Tu Tara Turi Swaha. 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 Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Om Tare Tu Tara, Tere, Soha, Om Tara, Tere, Soha. Tar to tar to so 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 om tar to tar to so tar to tar to so tar to tar to so tar to tar om tar to tar to so tar to tar to so tar to tar to so om tar to re so ha. Then you move from this creation phase of tantric practice in the sutra tradition of Green Tara by visualizing all the spirits as Tara, animals as Tara, humans as Tara. All of these dissolve into you from every direction. The whole universe, your whole mandala of Tara implodes into you. Either all at once or in stages, your choice. Then you as the central Tara in the spatial aspect of your own mind, disappear into the 10 syllable mantra in your heart center. Then the 10 syllables of the mantra, starting with the Om, one by one dissolve into the green tom in your heart center. Then the green tom in a 5-colored sphere of light implodes into itself and shrinks to a tiny particle of clear light. Interconnected with the bliss energy of phenomenal space as the nature of your own mind, relax in the bliss of voidness, non-judgmental mind. The simplicity of the practice is to be present in the present moment. Nothing to add, nothing to take away. Relax. In this accomplishment stage of the practice, everything is not true, not false. Like the moon reflecting in the water, say the wisdom teachers. This is the ordinary natural mind itself. It is the Dharma expanse of the essence of all the victors, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Lamas of this tradition. Whatever arises, do not change it. Rest naturally in this natural state. By doing this, you fulfill the essence of all the creation stages and this completion stage of all mantra recitation and meditation practice. Enjoy and bliss. Be alert and aware in the present moment. At the end of this accomplishment stage of tantric practice, you take this development of presence into all your worldly activity. And all sound is the mantra of the deity. And all appearances are the deity and its mandala. This is the way you practice. All deity yoga, peaceful deity yoga, and protector deities, and the Dakini energy deities in Tibetan Buddhism. All deities have 112 marks, 80 mental and 42 physical, or appearance, they say, spiritual. And these are translated into actually qualities and accomplishments and realizations of the deity as a result of doing these practices. Also, they bring out in the individual special qualities that each individual has and has developed in previous lives. But to give you an idea of the 21 qualities of the Tara in her mandala, I'm going to read these. The 21st quality is complete enlightenment itself, which is the gaining of higher and higher states of intelligence from doing the practice. And each of us have some intelligence, but higher states of intelligence are outside the box of worldly activity. For instance, complete enlightenment itself is Buddhahood. That's the 21st Tara. That's your three aspects of body, speech, and mind as compassion, power, and insight based on loving kindness. Loving kindness is the theme. Tara is radiant health. So this is an aspect of the practice of radiant health, is seeing yourself as the deity and all sentient beings equal to you. She's a remover of sorrow, so she transforms that all into joy, all forms of sadness. She is the transformer of all poisons, toxic poisons produced by others or by oneself or by the environment. Tara is triumphant joy and bliss. Tara destroys attachment, aversion, lust, greed, which are the most powerful obstacles to enlightenment. Tara is supreme peace, which is a meditative accomplishment. Tara is ferocious compassion because she can act in that way to produce healing results no matter how terrible the obstacle and no matter how harmful the spirit, animal, and human. Tara is irresistible truth, and you understand this as your natural mind. Tara is auspicious beauty. In that way, she attracts, like a mother attraction for her children. Tara is the distribution of wealth, which is used to benefit others in the Dharma tradition. Tara is joy and laughter. Ha ha ha. Tara is true refuge, which is the meaning of refuge as the mother of all sentient beings, is the universe yourself and you in action in it. Tara destroys all negativity. That's the Ture of the mantra. Tara is invincible courage, fearless. Tara is worthy of honor, equal to that of the honor we extend to all the lamas, monks and nuns, and householders in the Tibetan tradition. Tara is all victorious, accomplishing whatever is appropriate. Impeccable virtue as a result of relinquishing all negative inclinations. Tara is swift protection extended to all sentient beings. She is creative wisdom used to bring in what is appropriate to the individual requirements of each and every sentient being. And all of this together, again, Tara is compassion, power, and insight as the symbols of the deities in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. And each one of these Taras can be practiced individually with their own mantra, visualization, and format. And that's also how the Tara dance are performed. The next Tara practice we're going to do is the white Tara. Space being the mother of all the Taras, of all the elements, white Tara is the mother of all of the 21 Taras and the 5 elemental symbols. But most importantly, in our tradition, she is the long life Tara. And I can attest to that because she is my Yidam. So tonight we're going to do the white Tara mantra, seed syllable, and practice. And I'll give the initiation. Just practicing being white Tara promotes long life, good health, prosperity, and all appropriate activities arising constantly, and all negative occurrences subdued in your mind and in the world around you. And since I live in a neighborhood in a town in Hawaii, I can attest that this tar works very effectively. Green tar is the cause of white tar. So by doing 21 green tar mantras, that's the Tara's inner mandala. The seed cell will be whatever in this space of a white tar is the seed cell bomb. Looks like this. But the bomb sound is the sound of vibration of the total energy of light in space. And its vibration is unequal. Then all the creation energies of earth, water, fire, and air take place as a result, spontaneously. And this is a timeless aspect of the universe and your mind. And being okay with that is a great purpose of the practice. In fact, Abby says to accomplish infinite okayness is a good result of practice. So we start with the seed syllables Om, Ah, and Hum in the Lama's 3 places in front of you. Then the Lama's 3 lights fast. First the Om into your forehead to be the white Tara, Ah into your throat to be the mantra, and the Hum to be the wisdom aspect of the deity itself. Visualize. Then the Om, Ah, Hum, when you can see those 3 lights going into your 3 places, the Lama melts into you as the energy of the Tara. Then you become white Tara, and the 3 syllables in your 3 places, Om, Ah, and Hum, come down together into your heart chakra, and they change into the seed syllable of white Tara, the Vam, or Bam in Tibetan, Vam in Sanskrit. When you can see that clearly, and you as white Tara, then as before, you project it to your mother in front, into all mother sentient beings, relatives, friends, lovers, everybody you have karma with this life, pets, and all the humans on the planet today, all the animals in the ocean and on the land, and all the 4 spirit worlds filling space as white Tara. Every sentient being, your mother, is this deity. When your mind is filled with white Taras, like the boundless nature of space, then that wisdom energy produces the mantra of white Tara. You see it turning in your heart Counterclockwise, letters facing inward. As you sound this mantra, the light blazes from that through all the energy nadis in your body, together with the seed cells of Long and Tom, out of you in every direction, producing healing energy to the world around you and all the beings in it as Tom. Everybody in your mandala is doing exactly what you are. Then when you can see your mind full of taras and you as the central figure with the mantra and seed syllable in place, sound the mantra. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Mama Ayu Pune Jan Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Mama Ayu Pune Jan Putin Kuru So Om Tare Tu Re Mama Ayu Punye Jan Putin Kuru So Om Tare Tu Re Mama Ayu Punye Jan Putin Kuru So Om Tare Tu Re Mama Ayu Pune Jana Putin Kuru So Now the white Tara is the same visualization as the green Tara, two arms, left leg extended, right hand in generosity, left hand holding a white lotus behind at the left ear, three eyes, dressed in silks and jewels, sitting on a lotus and a moon seed, all of that. But besides the three eyes in her forehead and in her face, she has one in the palm of each hand, and she has one of the bottom of each foot. And the feet now are in full lotus, the backs and arches of the back of the foot resting on the thighs, and the eyes on the bottom of the foot facing upward. Each of these six eyes are watching the six divisions of sentient being in the sixth realm. And with the sound of the mantra, it purifies all their negative tendency into wisdom energy of the Bodhisattva, mother. Unconditional love of the mother for her only child is the energy program of this in all practices of Tibetan Buddhism. Om Tara Tu Re Mama Ayu Punye Jana Putin Kuru So. Each of those last six syllables is coming from one of those six eyes, two in the face, two in the hand, and two in the feet. Om Tara Tu Re Mama Ayu Punye Jana Putin Kuru So. Om Tara Tu Re Mama Ayu Punye Jana Putin Kuru So. Om Tara Tu Re Mama Ayu Punye Jana Putin Kuru So. Om Tara Tu Re Mama Ayu Punye Jana Putin Kuru So. Om Tara Tu Re Mama Ayu Punye Jana Putin Kuru So. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Ure Jan Bhakti Kuru Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Ure Jan Bhakti Kuru Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Jana Puti Kuru Sama Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Jana Puti Kuru Sama Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Jana Puti Kuru Sama Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Chan Pukting Kuru Soha. Now I'm showing you the mandala of the White Tar as practiced in the Sutra tradition, involving the 6 realms of sentient beings as surrounding you with 6 different colors of spheres. The heavenly realm from her eye and her head is gold. Then the demigod realm, war god realm, from her eye and her head is green. Then from her right hand eye, the realm of this, what we call the humans, and that's blue. Then the worldly god, the animal realms from the other hand, and it is white. Then from the 2 feet, the left foot is red for the pretas, deprived spirits, and then from the other left foot, dark blue or black for the demonic realm. Now this is the way it's practiced in the Sutra tradition. But tonight we're just going to surround ourselves with the 6 sentient beings, all as white Tara, already in those realms, but as bodhisattva. So each syllable of the mantra produces that result. The main syllable of 6 syllables is the green Tara mantra we did, Om Tara Tu Tara Ture. That mantra is your own protection. Then each of the other mantra sounds produces the purification of those very, very painful emotional energies that produce these 6 worldly situations or drama fields, purified completely, all changed into Tara. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Jan Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Jan Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Putin Kuru Soha Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha. So both Tom and Vam are acting together, overlaid in the center of the 5-color sphere of light, and the mantra is circling counterclockwise with the letters facing inward, imploding. And then all of that energy goes through all your rainbow body manifestations and out to all beings you have the good karma with to be in their world as white Tara. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture mama ayu pune chan putin ku soha om tara tu tare ture mama ayu pune chan putin ku soha om tara tu tare ture mama ayu pune chan putin ku soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Putinku Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha
Para tutare tu mama ai Puneja Putin u Soha Om Para tutare tu mama ai Puneja Putin u Soha
Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha
Om Tara
Tutare Ture Mama
ai
Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Mama Ai Punyasha Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Putinku Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ai Punyasha Tutin Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Ayu Tutin Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Ayu Tutin Guru Soha. In the Tara of the seven eyes and seven spheres, the white Tara, serene Lamo shoes come. We're going to do the accomplishment stage a little different from the way we did it with the green Tara. So the creation stage is all the 6 rounds of the Tara's mandala are surrounding us in spheres, 6 spheres. We're the central 7th sphere as the deity. So the most outer sphere is the demonic realms, which is dark blue. It dissolves into light, and all the negative energy disappears into space. Then the deprived spirit realm dissolved into is visualized as red light, and all that light dissolves with all the negative energies of the deprived spirit world, all of it transformed into Tara Mandala into space. Then all of the animal world visualized as white light, and all the Tara energy, negative energy dissipated, transformed all the stupidity into space. Then the sphere of the blue light of the human condition, all the neediness of the human condition, and all of this irrelevant overactivity in constant stages of frustration, all of that transformed into wisdom energy of the Bodhisattva, and all the negative disappears into space, the light of boundless space. Then all of the demon gods, war gods, demigods, harmful, abusive natures of power and jealousy, all of that disappears. They're all as white tar into space. And then all the terrible arrogance of all the celestial realm, the 3 realms of celestial spirits. The first round of pleasure, the second round of the light of space itself, and the third realm of the voidness of space. With all that confusion, ignorance, and delusion, all of that disappears into space. And all the Tara Mandala of all of those 6 realms disappears into you as the central Tara of compassion, power, insight, and loving kindness, like a mother for her only child. And you as the white Tara disappear into the mantra, all the mantra, Om Tara Tutari Turi Mama Ayu Punya Jana Putin Kuru Soha, disappears into the seed soul of Bam, the vibration of boundless space. And everything rests in the bliss energy of voidness, the natural, non-judgmental state of your own mind as it disappears into voidness. No meditation, no judgment, no mind. Relax in bliss awareness. No time. Now we make the dedication prayer. When you move out of the second accomplishment stage of meditation, you again rise as the white Tara. And in between meditation sessions, all beings are Tara, all sounders are mantra, and all negative energies transformed by your activity. We dedicate with this prayer tonight. This is from the noonday practice which the Lamas have been performing during noonday. From the great all good Dorje Chang down to my kind Guru Lama, whatever prayers we have made for the benefit of beings, may they all be fulfilled. By this merit, may we quickly become enlightened. May this being fulfilled, may we defeat all negativity through the endless storms of birth, old age, sickness, and death. May we liberate all beings and free them from suffering in the three worlds. I dedicate all this merit that I might follow in the footsteps of the heroic Manjushri, who knows the absolute truth and essential nature of everything. By this virtue, may all beings perfect the accumulations of merit and wisdom. Arising from merit and wisdom, may each and every one attain the sacred bodies of the deity. By the blessing of the three bodies of the Buddhas being pleased, by the blessing of the truth of the Dharma itself being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of us, the Sangha, being unwavering, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. Kewadi Nurdu Dog, Chagya Chako Drugirne, Towa Chinte Malaka, Te Sala Voparsho, Shanje Kusum Dempai Jemladam, Shoni Megar Dempai Jemladam, Kendu Miche Dumpai Jemlaki, Chitar Go Mam Ju Par Show. May all beings be happy, free of suffering, established in bliss and equanimity. May all the Lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and all their wishes be fulfilled. May all beings be happy, free of suffering, established in bliss, and become emotionally stable in equanimity. Aloha and Tashi Delay. Mahalo, thank you. Gucci J. And may all of you have lovely dreams and long life, good health, happiness, and of course, prosperity and goodwill. Good health. Aloha.
Thank you, Lama Tashi, Abby. Night.
Good night.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Tashi. Good night.
Night.